Joybert. He's a corporate speaker, trainer, and consultant. He is CEO of Course Dev Group Limited. Please help me in welcoming Dr. Joybert.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach Lema, for that amazing session. And of course, we have had incredible sessions from all the other speakers. My goodness, some depth, some insight, some powerful concepts, and of course, lessons that we can learn from life stories. All right, my session actually is on turning problems into valuable solutions. If we're talking about sustainable growth, you need to understand how you can turn problems into valuable solutions. And before I continue, please, can you jump on the chat box and just type one societal problem, one personal problem that you would like to solve in your life? Can we do that? Can we do that? Just jump on the chat box. Just describe one problem that you have observed in the society, you have observed in your family, you have observed in your personal life that you would like to solve. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to use some of these problems in my short presentation as we walk through. All right, I always say that when you see anybody who wakes up, that person is either looking for a solution to a problem or that person has a solution to solve a problem. In this society, everybody is either looking for a solution to a problem or somebody has a solution and they're willing to sell. Now, there's one fact that I have established in my life. I have had the privilege to travel 21 countries, to speak in events, consult, to coach, and to do all of these things. One thing stands out. Every client who has ever invited me to their country has a problem. Every nation that needs experts for any reason has a problem. Any family that is not doing very well the way they desire, there is a problem. And I have understood that in life, if you want to sit on the right tables and you want to do the right things, and you want to leave a good legacy, you need to understand the art of problem solving. And I love one thing that Dr. Madison said about purpose. Everything that your purpose is designed to do is to solve a problem for another person. I would like to say that every true purpose is for a group of people, it's not for yourself. Praise God. All right, so we're going to look at 5 elements. I'll share with you briefly 5 elements that you need to look at if you're going to solve problems and do incredible things in your life, in the society. Number 1 is understand the art of identifying problems. Many people do not know how to identify problems. I have observed this several times. Sometimes somebody will hire a consultant, hire me as a consultant, and say, oh, I think my problem is this. When I get there, the problem is totally something different. So it's very important to understand how to identify problems. And when I said people should highlight the problems they have observed, some people said time management, some people said waste management, and all of that. Yes, those are problems. But in real sense, what is causing that problem? So it's important to understand how to identify problems. This could be a problem that you're facing personally. This could be a problem that you have observed somebody going through or a community. This could be a problem that is impacting people negatively. Always spend some time to identify the problem. Number 2, break the problem into pieces. When you have identified a problem, break it into pieces. For example, let's take the basics. Somebody said time management. Yes, poor time management could be a problem, as you said. But if you start breaking it into pieces, you may understand that that problem can also come from the perspective that somebody doesn't know how to organize their activities for the day, not really time. Or you may also understand that this person may really want to be punctual, but the traffic to get to work is terrible. So when you start breaking down problems into pieces, you start understanding how you can solve the problem into something valuable. So it's important, never try to solve a problem generally. Get a pen and a paper, start breaking it down into pieces. Break it down as much as possible. And let me go a step further. One important reason of breaking down a problem is it enables you to start small. One thing that characterizes most startups is limited resources. Every startup entrepreneur never has enough money. They never have enough money to do what they want to do. So sometimes your dream in life may be that you want to own a university, but you don't have the money to actually build a campus at the same time and run your university. But if you break down the whole idea into pieces, you may understand that you may start an evening program and start teaching people on how they can prepare for a national HND exams. Or you can start an evening program and start teaching people how to write their projects to defend during their BSc programs. But that may not be the full university, but you have started solving a problem, and in less than no time, give yourself this time, you'll be able to solve the problem in whole. Number 3, which is very important, is find the intersection that exists between your problem, your knowledge, your experience, your skills, and your resources. This is a bit broad. Always learn to find the intersection between the knowledge that you have and the problem, between the experience that you have acquired over time and the problem, between the skills that you have and the problem, between the resources that you have and the problem. It will make it easy for you to start solving. You know, I was talking to a young man who wanted to become a coach, but he felt that he doesn't have what it takes. Then I asked him a simple question. Tell me one thing that you have conquered in your life and you are so good at that you can teach another person. He looked at me and then he said, he knows how to set goals and achieve them. So, okay, start from there. Do you think that your friends around you and your family members don't know how to set goals and achieve them? Start coaching them from there. You don't need to start coaching at the bigger platforms. You need to start coaching very small, and then you grow. It is the foundation of problem solving is the quality of your knowledge, skills, the tools that you have, and most importantly, what you have experienced yourself as far as your life is concerned. It's very powerful. And I want to talk a bit about tools, resources. It is very powerful in problem solving, very powerful. What can you leverage as tools around you to start solving problems? For example, there's a lot of talk now about AI, how AI can improve business systems. Business consultants who are able to do big things right now are business consultants who can talk about digital transformation and AI, because these are tools and resources that you can help a company achieve more in what they do. One of the best ways to solve problems in the society is to understand the tools available for you and how you can use these tools to solve problems for people. For example, your mobile phone is a tool. This Zoom we're using is a platform, is a resource, is a tool. Your laptop is a tool. Your PDF and your Microsoft Word is a tool. Your Excel, everything around you is basically a tool and a resource that you can use to solve problems. And I've observed that majority of the people who find it difficult to monetize and make money from problems is they don't know how to use the tools around them to solve problems that they find around them. And let me tell you something, all the money you're looking for in this life is in somebody's pocket, in somebody's bank account. If you want to get that money from their bank account, you know what you need to do? Find the problem they have, solve it, and get paid and live a good life, right? It's very important. People will not pay you because you're tall, because you're short, because you're from Banso like me, or because you can speak good grammar. Nobody cares about your grammar until you solve their pain points. And that's why it's important to understand how to use your knowledge, your skills, your experience, and your resources or tools to solve the problems that people are going through. The next thing is very important. Learn how to package your solutions and market it. It's very important. Learn how to package your solution. If you can solve a problem, but you cannot package it in a way somebody can understand and see that this solution can solve their problem, they will not buy it. People do not buy what they don't understand. And that's where the power of packaging comes in. Understand how to package. For example, somebody said that they want to solve the problem. There's a problem of waste management. That is good. But how can you package that into a solution that people can understand that this is a problem I have in my house as far as waste management is concerned, and this is the solution you have. Maybe you can package it by asking people, subscribe for my waste management or waste disposal program. Every month you pay me 15,000 francs, I will dispose your waste 5 times a week. That's packaging. And if you bring it to somebody who is busy and doesn't have time to dispose their waste, they will understand that, oh, if I pay this man 15,000 francs throughout the month, I will not bother on how to dispose my waste, and I start using it. The last part of problem solving, which is very important, and as a business consultant, I like to talk about this: mass commercialization. Any solution that is not marketed massively and is not massively consumed has a question mark. Check every billionaire on earth. Check every great problem on earth, whether it's profit or non-profit. You'll see one thing that stands out. They have mastered the art of mass commercialization. If you design a solution, learn how to mass commercialize it in your quarter. If your village people cannot buy from you first, you need to start learning from them how to sell to them, right? From there, you can scale it up to your town, scale it up to your region, scale it up to your country, scale it up to the whole continent. Why not globally? Please don't solve problems and remain in small places. The people that run the world are people that understand how to achieve mass commercialization when they design a solution to the problem they're going through. And let me tell you something as I conclude. Avoid looking at the problem and getting overwhelmed. Every problem has a small piece that you can start solving. Do you want to run a hospital someday? Maybe you can start by providing home consulting services. Do you want to run a university someday? Maybe you can start by organizing Zoom sessions and teaching university people how they can study well and pass their examinations or prepare them for the job market. Do you want to, whatever you want to do, break that problem down, start small, and be willing to build on it over time. And in whatever you do in this process, remember this. If you want to scale your problem-solving abilities, scale 3 things in your life. Number 1, scale your knowledge. Number 2, scale your skills. Number 3, scale your ability to understand how to use the latest tools and the latest resources on earth to solve the problems of people. 10 years ago, there was no Zoom. We're sitting here right now because some people understand how to leverage on the latest technologies to actually solve the problems of people. When you begin to do that, your industry will not outgrow you. One thing I'm always afraid of for many young Africans is if they don't study hard and adapt quickly, the economy will outgrow them and they will always be left behind. But when you upgrade your knowledge, your skills, and your ability to use resources, you will always understand how to solve the greatest challenges and problems around you and in your whole community. Keep building, keep shining, and your dream is very valid. At this very moment now, we're going to jump into a panel discussion, and the beautiful thing is you can throw questions at us. And all these smart heads right here are going to jump in and provide you all the support that you need as we get this done. God bless you, and thank you for staying through this far.
Or gone through failure in a way, like you start, it didn't work, and you go back. Coming to Dr. Joybert, and in just a few minutes, we'll have Dr. Madison help us with some of the questions which he already gathered. But tagging with the questions I can see here, Dr. Joybert often says that entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart. And if you know you cannot cope, please stick with your job. Stick with your 9-to-5 job. Now, coming to you, Dr. Joybert, you have this tendency of talking about the business world with so much fun to it. You always link one thing in life to it, but you always emphasize how much it is a hassle being an entrepreneur. Now, we have a question that I would rather take us to. It's directed to you, directed at you. What do you do when you see a business with great potential but unable to get finances or investment? Just to tag with what Coach Godlove earlier said about resources.
Yeah, thank you so much for asking that question. As I would like to say, for a gentleman, a girl can only break your heart. Entrepreneurship will break your heart, your kidney, your stomach, your brains, and everything that concerns you. And the only way that you're going to make it is for you to rise back to the top, right? And it's painful, but yet it's one of the most beautiful journeys that you can take if you're going to stay on that path. And to talk about money. This is one of the major challenges that people who want to start something always face. But at the same time, we live in a dispensation where there is a lot of money for startups. Trust me, there is a lot of money. I wrote a paper a few days ago, and I said in 1980s and 1990s, it was more difficult to raise money than now. It is very easy right now to raise money. But the challenge is many people who have ideas and want to build a business and get the money are not doing it right. The problem is not the money. I know many investors who have the money, but are not able to see fundable, investment-ready guys to trust them and invest in them. And I always say this, and sometimes when I say it, it breaks the heart of many people. If you have only an idea and you're looking for external investment, you will hardly get it. Only about 1% of people get funding with ideas. And your idea must be super, super massively innovative and disruptive. That is what research has proven. So you don't need external money to start a business. You need external money to grow a business. No matter how beautiful and great your idea is, if you have not started with your own money, nobody will trust you. People don't like to invest in ideas because it's risky. People prefer to invest in something that is proven with a prototype with a little track record. Investors are not looking for a multi-million profit financial statement. They're looking for an idea that is proven and ready. So if you have an idea, it is your responsibility to prove it. That's your responsibility. Either you can get a job and start that idea as a part-time and prove that is good for the market, or you can go do odd jobs. I know many guys I have coached and I said, look, if you are serious about this idea, there's a guy in Yaoundé I worked with. The guy ended up doing a taxi in Yaoundé for a few months just to raise money to make his idea work. And guess the good news? When he was able to prove the idea that was able to work, his own family members in the diaspora were able to fund the idea. Wow. There are family members, there are friends that have money that you will never know. But until your idea is proven and trustworthy, nobody's going to trust you. To conclude, I was given an example. There's a young lady who wanted to, her dream, she's a trained nurse, but she wanted to run a full clinic and a beautiful hospital. But nobody's going to give you 50 million because you have an idea and you're a trained nurse. What have you started? You know what she started doing? She set a small pharmacy and started selling there. Before you know it, she was able to now raise money for investments, and she has a clinic to her name, a good clinic, and she's profitable. So guys, if you have an idea and you want to make money from it, you want to get investment, please don't go looking for investment with an idea that you don't even have a prototype. Let me tell you something. A serious investor will always ask for two things. Number one, have you tested the idea? Number two, can you bring some data to prove how the market reacted to this idea? Because an investor is giving you money, it means investment. So it means two things are involved. They want to get their money back and want to get profit back on that money. And if you cannot guarantee that on the idea, talk all the grammar you want. It is data and numbers that build a business. It's not grammar that builds a business. So people have ideas and still grammar and don't get money to make the business work.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Joybert. I believe the person who asked that question, since it was anonymous, you have had a truckload of valuable knowledge on how you can grow your business, because you do not need investments to start. You need it to grow. And I think it falls back to research, where they say research validity and reliability. you
Absolutely.
must have at least done a pilot study to see that that research is plausible or doable. Thank you so much, Dr. Joybert.
But that said, final words, I want to begin with you, Dr. Javnyuy Joybert. Can you unmute yourself, sir?
My final words to everybody will be, always believe in future possibilities. Always believe in future possibilities. And I strongly believe that if you want to go to the next level, acquire the knowledge, the skills, the resources, and the mindset that the next level requires. If your business is making $1 million francs right now, the only way you can take it to 10 million francs every month is for you to upgrade yourself. All right? And thank you so much. This is the best thing that can happen to you. And thank you for catching up with us. You can follow me on social media platforms, and I talk a lot about business, of course. And if you have more questions, you can send them. I answer all messages on social media platforms, so you can reach out to me and I will share. Thank you so much. God bless you.
That is your entrepreneur person. You know, that's your to-go person. You're an entrepreneur.